The model called a tool. The tool ran. Something in production changed. Dev looked at the log. The exit message said, "Task complete." Dev looked at production again. The model was very confident. We covered what tool use is in EP005. The short version, the model can call functions, read a file, run a command, query an API, touch real things in the real world. That's the feature. Today is what happens when the feature goes wrong. The thing that makes tool use powerful is also the thing that makes it dangerous. The model doesn't preview, it acts. You give it a hammer and a nail, and it swings. There's no draft mode by default. There's no "are you sure?" unless you built one. The tool executes. 4 ways, each one real. Each one has happened in production. Failure 1. Right tool, wrong arguments. The model calls the correct function. It passes bad values. You said clean up the temp directory. The model called delete file with /. The function accepted the argument. The function ran. The function did what it was told. The model is not malicious. It interpreted your goal, formed a plan, selected a tool, generated arguments. Every step was coherent. The argument was wrong. This is why cleanup is a dangerous instruction, and delete files matching /temp/session stash is a less dangerous one. Failure 2. Right tool, right arguments, wrong target. The model edits a config file. The arguments are correct. The file path is correct. For the production environment, you meant dev. The model had access to both. It picked one. It picked wrong. This failure is almost impossible to catch from the exit message. The tool returned success because it succeeded. It wrote to a file. The file exists. The write worked. Whether that file was the right file is a question the tool did not ask and the model did not verify. Failure 3. Wrong sequence. The model calls the right tools in the wrong order. It deploys before running tests. It commits before linting. Each tool call is valid. The sequence is broken. The model reasoned its way into an ordering that made sense to it and was wrong. Failure 4. This is the one that hides. The tool succeeds. The problem isn't solved. The model ran git push. The push completed. The build deployed. The bug is still in the code. The model reports done. The model is technically correct. The push happened. The model is completely wrong. Done, it is not. The through line across all 4. The model validates its actions, not its outcomes. It checks whether the tool ran. It does not check whether the underlying goal was achieved. Successful tool call and successful outcome are not the same thing. You have to build the bridge between them. You can't eliminate these failure modes. You can make them survivable. Guardrail 1. Dry run mode. Every tool you give the model should have a preview mode that shows what it would do without doing it. This is not hard to build. Most tools support it. Most people don't wire it up. The model will use whatever you give it, including a dry run flag if you surface one. Guardrail 2. Confirmation gates for destructive operations. Before the model deletes, drops, pushes, or overwrites, it asks a human. This sounds obvious. It is obviously not being done, or we wouldn't have the case studies. The gate is a function call that returns approved only when a human has typed yes. It can be that simple. Guardrail 3. Scope limiting. If the model only has credentials for the dev environment, it cannot touch production. Not because it's smart about it, because the permissions don't exist. Permissions are your last line of defense, and they are the most reliable line of defense. They always work. They work even when everything else fails. Dry run. Confirm before destruct. Limit scope. Here's the one-liner. A tool is a loaded weapon, and the model doesn't know it's loaded. It doesn't experience consequence, only completion. It won't hesitate before a destructive call the way you would. That hesitation has to live in your architecture because it doesn't live in the model. That's how tool use fails. Wrong arguments, wrong target, wrong order, and the most silent one, right everything, wrong outcome. Subscribe if this was useful. Next time, Dev reads an anonymized outage postmortem in real time. It is, predictably, about a tool that ran when it shouldn't have.